Alright, what's going on everybody? This is Varric here on an alt. Now, I'm not a barbarian. I wanted to show you what I've been working on the last couple days. It's a summon Necromancer, primarily archers and revive. I had some spare HRs sitting around because Varric was kind of, my flame bellow has kind of reached his max potential at this point, and was sort of just doing maps and getting lots of runes. So I like spending stuff, I like buying stuff, so I wanted to get a new alt to play. Something fun. He's pretty strong at this point, I'm not gonna lie. This is not a starter spec, starter build rather. And this is not a build guide, 100% not a build guide. I do not know a whole lot about summon necromancers other than, you know, what I've asked the Discord, and just kind of what I just sort of know of from game knowledge. So again, not a build guide. I just wanted to show off a little bit my alt and show what we can do in a Cal's map. So we'll go over gear real quick. Here I have a Arm of King Lyric. I don't even have it socketed yet. I was gonna put some ists in it, but honestly I just use this for summoning my pets, or what's called snapshotting, for what I'm told, which is basically as a summon class, you're just putting on a lot of plus gear to get big summons, because once you have your summons out, those summons keep their values that they got from all that plus skills. So I'll be able to get 8 skeleton warriors and archers and revives, and they'll be very strong because of all the plus summon gear I have. So that's, again, I have this for summoning. Here's a +1, 2 necro, 30 faster run walk. The dex is kind of a bummer. I would have liked strength because I'm not going for a max block here. I have an rune just to cap my resistances, and some MF, which is nice. So this is a nice little piece. I got for 1 HR, I think, so I think I got a good deal. This I slammed myself, I was pretty stoked on. So +3 summoning skills with +1. This is another one that I could probably switch out after I finish summoning, but I don't want to do too much with that whole snapshotting thing. I have 2 items that I switch out, and that's enough for me. Marrow Walks with FHR, so that's kind of nice. It gives me that little bit of FHR boost, just +2 skeleton mastery, and CBF on them, which, again. BK, Wedding Ring, just some magic damage reduction. 5 life each, which I don't need, so I could probably resell that for a decent deal. Spiderweb Sash with Cold Res Slam, bought that one. I bought it pretty cheap because it's only 16%, but I don't really need the faster cast. Wisp Protector, I bought this as well. Definitely not slamming this because I just use it for the Heart of the Wolverine, so I'm not too worried about it. Grave Palm with Fire Res, but again, these I swap out. I just use these for summoning. And Triangles +1 with +2 summoning skills. I forget what I bought this for, maybe 2 HR? Next up, on swap, I do have a CTA. I rolled this, I was pretty stoked on. I think this is the only good roll I've gotten this season. So 5/5 CTA. And here I just use this for the +3 to Desecrate, because you'll see in my skills I do not put hard points into Desecrate. Desecrate is what you use to summon your, it spawns you a bunch of corpses to summon. On Mercenary, I borrowed some of this from my whirlwind barbarian. Not this one, obviously, but I do have Pride here. I bought this one. I forget what I bought it for. Maybe 3 HR, maybe 4 HR. I forget. No, it definitely wasn't 3 HR. It was probably a little more. So +19 Pride, pretty nice. Random Endarials, I bought. Nothing crazy. Templar's Might. This was from my whirlwind barbarian. War Travs, probably don't need these on him, just what I had lying around, and 14% string, and some nice, oh, you know what, I have better ones for him now, I just realized. Well, you know what, never mind. I have a 199 with Mono Leech Slam, I probably should sell those instead, but yeah, there's those. He is made out of, I honestly forget, I think the last one died, so I made him out of a random item I was tired of seeing. But ideally, until you get like that GG item, while I'm still learning this, I'll ideally make him out of an insight to get the meditation aura. It's actually kind of nice when you're summoning, you don't have to chug potions. But I really don't find myself using a whole lot of potions anyway when I'm actually mapping. So we are going to do a Cal map. I slammed it nicely. But let's go get our summons out. So I'll show you where I go. I go to Halls of Pain because there's two revives that I really like in Halls of Pain, and I like them because they're fast, right? So you see them already, these Night Lords, these purple, and they're easy to spot, you know. So wherever you are, wherever you desecrate, it will spawn the mobs that are in that zone, right? So the desecrate is actually spawning these Night Lords, these infidels, who are another nice, they're super fast as well. So I like the fast ones because I want to teleport and I want them to go do a bunch of damage. So usually I'll summon make sure I have my gear on. You know, I don't have that yet. Let's do that. And now let's get to summoning. I do keep revive on right click because I like to see what I'm arrowing over. If I didn't have revive on right click, I would not be seeing what I'm arrowing over. So I do like to have that there. And again, this is just stuff I picked up along literally over the last couple days. I just sort of figured out what I like to do, what I don't like to do. This is by no means going to be a speed run. I probably could do this a lot more efficiently. In fact, if anyone's watching this and you know more about the class, I'd love to hear more how I could more easily do this. Again, not a build guide. This is not a how to play summon Necromancer. Let's get all these Night Lords. I think I got a nice amount of Night Lords. I think I can get a full revive. Buff those suckers up. And we're gonna go to our stash real quick. And I'm sorry, this as well, I have triangles with all res slammed, so that actually caps me out, which is nice. And then I have a beast I sadly rolled myself. The damage is nice, but the level 8 fanaticism is not nice. So hey, I didn't even realize the damage, so at least that's making me feel a little bit better. Alright, let's get to it. So playstyle, oh shoot, I'm so sorry, I didn't go over skills or stats. While my pets are fighting, I'll do skills and stats real quick. Enough strength to wear my gear. I'm eventually going to wear a Monarch. I would like to have a Phoenix Monarch just to get that redemption aura. So I put enough stats in there to get that. I don't like having to do it again. No dex and all vitality. There are playstyles who run bone armor. I'm not doing that, but if you dump into energy, it actually increases your bone armor. So that's nice. We'll just stop real quick so we can keep doing this. So all into stamina, into vitality, excuse me. And I did put 10 points into Curse Master so I can have 2 curses, amplified damage. I maxed, and then I got all the way to Decrepify. 1 point in Decrepify is all you need. So these are the 2 I'm casting, Decrepify and amp damage. Right now I'm using dim vision for the ranged mobs. In 2 levels I'm going to be using confuse, so it actually it can be a nice thing when you teleport into a group and there's a bunch of archers, you know, a little ways away who are attacking you. You can just dim vision them so they won't see you. They'll just sit there, which is nice. But when you do get confused, they'll actually just start attacking each other. So it lets you do a little bit of damage from afar. So you can really just like confuse them and then amplify damage them. So they're just going to start killing each other. So you can actually do a little bit more damage that way, which is nice. But I'll get that in 2 levels. I wanted to increase some other stuff first. As well, I have all points in Skeleton Mastery. I have Skeleton Archer. So I maxed Skeleton Mastery, I maxed Skeleton Archer, and I maxed Revive. 1 point to Iron Golem, and then 1 point in everything else. I actually did not max Warriors. They're kind of just meat shields. I don't really use them to do a bunch of damage. My Revives are doing a lot of damage. I mean, you look at them, their elemental damage is 960%. Their damage is, you know, they're pretty juiced out. And I like what they can do right now. So I'm gonna keep using them as I play the build up. I might change it at some point. You know what? There was a Kuhab, and I want to comment on the Kuhab. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. There you are. So this is actually a really good. Some necromancers will make their Iron Golem out of some GG rune word. It costs a lot, and you kind of have to play a hardcore playstyle after that because remember your Iron Golem goes with you through games. So if I leave the game, he'll stick with me, and he'll still be there when I come back. But he does not live with you, or he does not stay with you if he dies. If you die, excuse me. So if you die, you lose a lot of runes. You lose a lot of HR if you made him out of like a pride or a beast or something like that. So the Who Hub is nice because it does give you that concentration aura like pride gives you, and you don't have to really like spend a whole lot of money. Yeah, the aura is not quite as high level, but like whatever, you still have the aura. So for those of you who don't really want to play that like sort of hardcore lifestyle and are still learning the spec, that's a nice thing to put on him or to make him out of. So I'll keep that because I will eventually, once I drop my Pride Mercenary, I'll change him up. So this is the build. I mean, sorry, I've kind of been talking stats and skills, not really talking about what I'm doing here, but really the play style is, for me, throw your curses out and teleport in. Right? That was probably a little dangerous of a teleport. I like to teleport near mobs, not necessarily on them, but near enough that your pets can start doing the damn thing, doing the damage. In cow maps, I try not to decrepify until they are close to me. Remember, with cows, you really want them getting close to you, right? In fact, it's actually beneficial to have a cow map where the cows have increased velocity, because a lot of time is wasted them running over. And there I am. Not practicing what I preach. Just decrepified those cows from long range. So these will die pretty quickly. Now remember, this is a cow map, and I have a lot of physical damage, so Decrepify and Amplify are going to be very helpful here. Cows do tend to have very high defense against physical damage. Recenter them up, my pets, and they go to town. So see, I didn't amplify them there. You'll notice things dying a lot quicker when you amplify damage. And Decrepify. There you go, I can put my next one into Terror. You'll see here that amp damage decreases physical resistance by 51%. That cuts their physical resistance by 51%, which is very nice. And Decrepify physical resistance again by 10%. So it's very nice. You're really cutting through their any physical resistance they may have had. Let my pets do the work, and you just sit and relax. You know what? Never mind, actually. I was going to put that in my Armor King Lyric, and then I remembered I only use it for summoning pets now. But yeah, like I was saying, I am trying to just get used to the spec. I'm not too used to the playstyle, so get in front of your pets. You're really using your pets as a wall, right? So it's important where you position yourself as soon as you teleport in. Can't let my buffs die. So I've noticed that if I let my buffs die, I lose one of my skeleton warriors, because I think my skill level drops down too low to sustain them. Because I'm no longer using Armor King Lyric, I think my plus skills dropped a lot, and they'll drop even more once I switch to Phoenix. My eventual goal, I'll talk about that real quick. My eventual goal is to have Phoenix with Beast. Because that gives you redemption aura, which is very nice. You're no longer having to chug pots. You're just getting all that nice juicy life from the corpses you're making, and it allows you to be a little more reckless. I think. Not that I'm being reckless, but make a little more mistakes, a little more room for error. Especially on those packs where those archers are really chunking you down, you're not able to get to them. It can be nice. So I will run Phoenix in a shield with Beast main hand, just to be a buff bot for my pets. That will mean I will then change my Mercenary. So, I mean, you don't have to change your Mercenary, but I would like to. I think ideally, when I get all the money in the world, my setup will be Last Witch on an Act 3 Mercenary who will have Prayer. So Prayer is very nice because it every time you teleport, you're losing life, right? Blood Warp, the way Blood Warp works is you sacrifice your life to teleport. Now you'll see this little debuff down here of Blood Warp. It ticks down. what that's doing is it's giving you your life back. So you do get the life back from Blood Warp, but it takes time, right? It's over a 5-second period. So if I start Blood Warping around, you're gonna see my life dropping down pretty high. And you're only getting your life back from that most recent one. So if I do have... Sorry, dogs are fighting. So if I do have to teleport around, I do want my... the prayer mercenary will be very nice. Act 3 prayer to keep my life up. I think that's a big part of this build. This skeleton is... the Summon-mancer is kind of constantly dipping life down to move fast. So that's the ideal. But yeah, I think so Last Wish on the Act 3, and that gives you a level 17 Might Aura, I think level 17, which is pretty awesome. And then what you can do is you can actually put Templar's Might on him as well, and that +8 will get added to his +17. Now, what I do know is the auras you get from gear can stack, right? So just like my Flame Bellow Barbarian, the Holy Fire auras are stacking of the 2 Flame Bellows. They don't have to be the same level. They can stack regardless of what level they are. You don't need like 228s to stack your Flame Bellows. They just are additive. So that means that I can have Templar's Might and Last Wish on an Act 3 Mercenary and have a, what did I say, 17 plus 8? What's that? Quick math is 25 level Might Aura, and any actually I don't know if plus skills will add to that. Probably not. I think plus skills only add to native auras. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a high might on just a Act 3 mercenary. Oh, that was probably a dangerous teleport. That's why I don't have an expensive Iron Golem right now. And then continuing his build, what do I have in Shield? So in Shield, I'll actually have Shattered Wall. Shattered Wall is a new rune word, and it gives you Holy Freeze in a shield. So that would be pretty cool. And Helmet, I don't know if there's anything I can really get from Helmet. I'll probably just give him something that helps him stay alive. I'm not too sure. I'll have to think about that. I haven't thought about it. I don't think Flickering Flame is really going to do much for you. You're not really a fire damage build. I mean, it's going to give your pets more fire damage, so hey, maybe that's a way to maximize damage. Even if it's minuscule and you don't have increased fire from anything. But that'd be pretty dope. That whole setup, you're so many auras at that point. It's pretty insane. And then I'll probably make my Iron Golem out of that Kuhab that I looted earlier, this puppy, until I get bold enough or I don't care anymore to just dump the pride into him. But I probably will keep hanging on to the pride. This is a nice pride and I might use it on something else. Maybe I'll go back to physical on my barbarian and want the pride for him. We'll see. But anyway, that's my thought process. Yikes. Yeah, the only times you're really having to like chug full rejuve potions is if you teleport badly or you don't happen to get behind your mobs and a bunch of range gets you. So I'll keep cruising through here. This may not be like the super upfront playstyle that people prefer, and it's definitely not mine. I mean, I typically tend to enjoy those upfront, whirlwinding melee mobs. But this is a nice break for me. It's a nice little way to have a little fun, play a little different part of the game, different playstyle, see some new gear, see some new rune words. So I've had fun playing it for now. We'll see how far I take them. And it is a lot nicer. It's not brain dead. I mean, it's not like you're not just sitting there waiting for your mobs to kill. Like you're actively doing stuff. You're picking up things, you're cursing, you're getting ready for the next pack. You can control your pets a little bit. So if I run this direction, they're gonna all follow me. Right, and that's one thing you gotta have to pay attention to, because if I want them to attack this and I'm going to loot something back here, they're gonna follow me and they're gonna peel off to what they're attacking. So it does take some knowledge and know-how that I've just sort of had to figure out as I went on how to control your pets and how to be successful. All right, we are nearing the end. And again, please, like I said, this is not my main class. This is not something I've known for a long time. I have not developed the knowledge, know-how, skills to play this class. So if you have any advice, feel free to drop it in the comments. Ways for me to get better, and I'll gladly take that advice. And thank you for it. All right, we're nearing the end. I think, what do we have? It's this little section and then the boss. Boss is pretty cool. I lost my revive. Oh man, that just dropped last map. And I haven't, oh my lord, that's funny. Is it +1? Yeah, it's +1. We'll still slime it for fun. That'd be funny. Oh my lord. Oh, wow. What a shame. With the enemy poison resist. Oh, imagine if that wasn't if that was +2. Well, there you got to see that. It's a bummer. I'll give that away to someone. That's too funny. That's what happens when you slam gear that shouldn't be slammed. You get that. Oh, I forgot my revives. So I took too long, and I don't have good revives here. That's all right. We're just having fun. But let's finish this up, and then we'll call it a day. Looks like my dogs are done tearing each other's heads off. They went to the dog park yesterday, so I think they're still pretty tired. Oh, that's too funny. My Iron Golem's not having a good time. So one thing you really gotta pay attention to is that Iron Golem's life, because if you do have him in an expensive piece of equipment, you want to make sure he's staying healthy. So you just saw her die really fast. So this is super strong for boss killing, I've found. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't really seem to have an issue. That was it. That's the map, guys. Sorry, this video is probably longer than you really wanted. I'll put some chapters in it so you can kind of skip to where you want to be. But that was the video. That was my alt. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll try to find them out myself. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to mention so that I can learn a little bit more about the class. But that's all, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Bye.